Good morning, everybody. I hope y'all are well. Welcome to Safe Space TV. We're covering chapter one of the book, $1 Million Habits. You know, I had a little opening statement that I didn't pull up. So hold on for a second so I can read this opening statement. Lord, child. Let's see. Are y'all ready? Here it is. Um, let's cut to it. This is so fake. Let's cut to it. You are what you think, okay? Now, what you hope for, not what you hope for, not what you pray for, but what you consistently tell yourself every single day. Brian Tracy's not making a theory here, he's giving us the blueprint. And today we are unpacking chapter one of $1 Million Habits so you can stop thinking broke and start building a mindset that pays you back. All right. So, welcome to the Safe Space Book Club. Let's get into it. That's my little prescribed opening statement. Um, Before we even get started, I want to tell you guys that if you want to purchase this book, uh, I have my affiliate link in the video description of Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so if you want to support this platform, this is a way you can do it by purchasing the book, and I am grateful for it. And it won't just support this platform. I believe in this book. I really do. With my whole heart, I believe in this book, and I believe in the principles taught in this book. And we're not going to take too long to jump into it because we're literally going over principles in chapter one. All right. Do me a favor also and like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's get into it. So, what I'm going to do is I have certain parts of chapter one highlighted. I'm going to read through these parts and then we'll discuss and then we'll start until we get to the end. And then we'll see y'all next Friday at 12 noon for chapter two. Okay. Chapter one is called Where Your Habits Begin. Um, let's get into it because I feel like I'm going to just start really talking. You are extraordinary. Oh, what a beginning. What, what an affirmation to tell yourself. You are extraordinary. You came into this world with more talents and abilities that you could ever use. You could not exhaust your full potential if you lived 100 lifetimes. Hey, just being me, I see you. I didn't speak. How are you? Your amazing brain has 100 billion cells, each of which is connected to as many as 20,000 other neurons. The possible combinations and permutations of ideas, thoughts, and insights you can generate are equivalent to the number one followed by 8 pages of zeros. According to brain expert Tony, Buzan, the number of thoughts you can think is greater than all the molecules in the known universe. This means that whatever you have accomplished in your life to this date is only a small fraction of what you are truly capable of achieving. Think about everything you accomplished and don't downplay it. It's a lot. Regardless of what you feel, it's a lot. And the thought that that is the bare minimum of what you're capable of. Oh my God. All right, page 2. And again, if you want to purchase the book, I have the affiliate link in the video description box. My affiliate link. Psychologist Abraham Maslow once wrote, "The story of the human race is the story of men and women selling themselves short. The average person settles for far less than she is truly capable of achieving. Compared with what you could do, everything you have accomplished so far is only a small part of what is truly possible for you. The challenge is that you come into this world with the most incredible brain, surrounded by unlimited possibilities for success, happiness, and achievement. But you start off with no instruction manual. Wouldn't it have been great if we knew 20 years ago that we are capable, all of us are wired to do amazing things 20 times over what we think. Hi, Singing Queen. Hi, Johnny Mac. As a result, you have to figure it all out for yourself. Most people never do, but that's not going to be us. We're going to figure it out. They go through life doing the very best they can, but they never come within shouting distance of doing, having, and being all that is possible for them. All right. Now let's skip to page 3, the keys to success. Why are some people more successful than others? Especially, why are some salespeople more successful than others? Now, if I can be honest for a second, I used to think it was my skin color. I used to think that I wasn't smarter than everybody else. I used to think that it was the family I was raised in. And I used to think that that everyone around me had an unfair advantage for success. We're going to talk about it though. Looking for an answer to that one question, I did something that changed my life and began the formation of a habit that profoundly affected my future. I went and asked the most successful salesman in my company what he was doing differently from me. And he told me, and I did what he told me to do, and my sales went up. In the Bible, it says, ask and we shall receive. I soon developed the habit of asking everyone in every way possible for the answers I needed to move ahead more rapidly. I want to say this: success is not an accident. And for those of you guys that are following me on other platforms, I say this often. Anyone on a journey must ask questions. There is something that you know today that's keeping you from knowledge that can make you successful tomorrow. And the only way you'll be able to differentiate is to ask questions, all right? Now let's go to page 4, and we're going to start at the second sentence. If you do what other successful people do, you will eventually get the same results. And if you don't, you won't. Nature is neutral. Okay? Racism is real, but nature is neutral. Classism is real, but nature is neutral. You understand what I'm saying? Nature does not favor one person over another. The Bible says, God sendeth rain on the just as on the unjust. When you do the things that other successful people do over and over again, you will eventually get the same results. It is not a matter of luck or chance or accidents. It is a matter of law. So regardless of where you are in your body, your mind, your emotions, your finances, your pedigree, because nature is neutral. If you do what others have done to be successful, you will eventually become successful because of the laws surrounding that. All right. Now let's skip one sentence in the second paragraph, or third paragraph rather, of page 4. If you want to be happy, healthy, prosperous, popular, positive, and confident, just find out how other people are enjoying these benefits. Hold on. My eyes, I'm getting older. Let's try this again. If you want to be happy, healthy, prosperous, popular, positive, and confident, just find out how other people are enjoying these benefits. Get that way and do the same thing. Think the same thoughts, feel the same feelings, take the same actions, and as sure as 2 + 2 makes 4, you will eventually get the same results. It is no miracle. Okay? Now let's go to the you can learn anything, and we're going to go a couple of sentences down. In every job and in every situation, I started off by asking, what are the rules or principles for success in this area? And I want to challenge you with something. Do you ask that question? When you start a new project, a new goal, do you ask, what are the rules of success? What path of success has already been paved so I can take that route? Or do you start off already thinking this is going to be hard, this might be easy? I'm telling you, asking questions can save your life literally. And especially in this age of AI, where you could just ask a question and get a full answer immediately, none of us should be outside of information. Hi, Recash. All right, let's skip to page 5, taking control of your life. Now, I really enjoyed this part, y'all. Like, thoroughly enjoyed this part, but I got to take a coffee break. I was up all night last night. So excuse me. And those of y'all that are new to this channel, I don't really follow the rules, so I just got to take a coffee break. Hold on. I'm sorry, I can't play professional. That's just not my thing. All right, taking control of your life. But instead of taking this advice, most people would nod, smile, and agree, and then turn away and go about their day-to-day activities. And what he's saying is, most people will hear advice on how to be successful and be like, oh, that is so good, and go right on about their business. They would start work at the last possible moment, waste much of the day in idle conversation with coworkers, check emails, social media, and personal business, leave work at the earliest possible time, and then spend their evening socializing or watching television. In frustration, I began to study psychology and metaphysics. I eventually learned that there are a series, oh, I love this part. Oh gosh. There are a series of universal principles and timeless truths that explain much of human success and failure. These principles explain happiness and unhappiness, riches and poverty, health and ill health, and good and poor relationships. They explain why some people have wonderful lives and others don't. Yeah, Johnny, I like to be more relaxed too. So what we're going to do now is go over the principles he's talking about. All right. The first principle is the law of control. It's in the bottom of page 5. And again, if you want to purchase this book, the affiliate link, my affiliate link is in the video description. You can purchase it through Amazon. That way you can get the book and support this platform. The first law I discovered was the law of control. The law says you feel happy to the degree to which you feel you are in control of your own life. Have you ever considered that your happiness is connected to your feeling of control? That you have your life under control? Page 6, the second paragraph. For example, if you feel that you are the primary creative force in your own life, that you make your own decisions, and that everything that happens to you is a result of yourself and your own behaviors, you have a solid internal locus of control. As a result, you will feel strong, confident, and happy. You will think with greater clarity and perform at higher levels than the average person. On the other hand, if you feel that your life is controlled by other factors or people, by your job, your boss, your childhood experiences, your bills, your health, your family, or anything else, you will have an external locus of control. You will feel like a victim. You will feel like a pawn in the hands of fate. You will soon develop what Dr. Martin Siegelman of the University of Pennsylvania calls learned helplessness. You will feel unable to change or improve your situation, and you will soon develop the habit of blaming others and making excuses for your problems. This type of thinking leads inevitably to anger, frustration, and failure. All right. Now, That's the law of control. The more in control of your life you feel, the more at peace and confident you feel. All right. Let's talk about the power of belief. What the law of belief is, whatever you believe with conviction becomes your reality. Now, I need to say something. This makes spirituality so personal because whatever I believe with conviction becomes my reality. You know what? Let me not get into it because I'm going to get lost in that. Let's keep on going. In the New Testament, Jesus says, according to your faith, be it unto you. In the Old Testament, it says, for as he thinketh in his heart, his beliefs, so is he. Professor William James of Harvard wrote in 1895, believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. Now let's skip to the next paragraph, second sentence on the bottom of page 6. Your deeply held beliefs distort your worldview and cause you to see things not the way they are, but the way you are. Side note, because this channel is not monetized yet, y'all can just go through here without commercials. I feel like I need to say this again. Your deeply held beliefs distort your worldview and cause you to see things not the way they are, but the way you are. This is why I tell people, especially those of you on a spiritual journey, you must put yourself in the way of information, or you will always have a minuscule view of God and God's people. The more you know about your life, the more you will find out about God. But I'm not going to get lost. Second paragraph, page 7. Again, the affiliate link is in the video description box if you want to buy this book. The worst of all beliefs are self-limiting beliefs. Those are beliefs that you have developed throughout your life, usually false, that cause you to believe you are limited in some way. Your negative beliefs soon become habitual ways of thinking. Now let's go to the last paragraph of the last sentence of the first paragraph of page 7. You are not what you think you are, but what you think you are. I'm going to say this again. When I read that, I had to read it 2 or 3 times to get it in me. You are not what you think you are, but what you think you are. Last paragraph of The Power of Belief, page 7. Beliefs are the hardest things of all to change, but there is good news. All beliefs are learned, and anything that has been learned can be unlearned. You can develop the beliefs of courage, confidence, and unstoppable persistence that you need for great success by reprogramming your subconscious mind in a specific way. Now, here is my life hack for that, all right? Hold on. Here's my life hack. As I have been building up my belief in myself, I do it steps at a time to build my confidence. So, for example, going live. When I started going live on my other YouTube channel, you do it once a week. Okay, all right, I did good. And then you add to it. And then the next thing you know, you're going live every day. You know, people has been telling me for years I needed to do a social media class. I'm like, fine, I'll do a social media class. If you're part of my private community, $10 you can join. All right, people signed up. It was successful, but they were like, that was a little too deep. Why don't you do a long-term class and do tiers? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. But the thing is, the only reason why I agreed to doing that is because I did a smaller version of that and built the confidence up. So you can literally rewire your brain by starting small. And then like, okay, this is my goal. I'm going to walk 2,000 steps a day for 4 weeks straight. And then by making an easily achievable goal, you build the confidence and belief. And then you say, okay, now I'm going to double it for the next 4 weeks, 4,000, until you get to 10,000. Inch by inch, life is a cinch. Yard by yard, life is hard. Okay? And that's how I backdoor when I already know my belief is shaking in a thing. All right? Page 7, last paragraph. This is the law of expectation. This law says, whatever you expect with confidence becomes your own self-fulfilling prophecy. In other words, you do not necessarily get what you want, but rather what you expect. You don't get what you want, you get what you expect. How many of us wanted success, but expected failure? I just feel like we need to sit in that for a second. Like, how much investigation have we been doing of our expectations? I didn't want them to hurt me, but I was expecting them to hurt me. Or I didn't want to lose, but I was expecting to win. You can vice versa. Now, for those of you that are more spiritual, that believe in manifestation and prayer, I believe that's how we get tied up. And it feels like, oh, this is a farce. It don't work. Because we thought by simply wanting it, that was the magnet or the manifestation of it, or the tool for manifestation. No, the tool for manifestation is looking for it, expecting it. Oh, yeah. Like when you expect something to happen, I use this analogy in my private community, I think last week. When you expect guests in your home, you start cleaning up your house. You start making sure your house is prepared. Why? Because you know they're coming. All right, let me keep on going because that will have me lost in this, and we're doing good on time. If you confidently expect something, last paragraph of page 7, if you confidently expect something to happen, this expectation has a powerful effect on your attitude and your personality. The more confident your expectations, the more likely it is that you will do and say the things that are consistent with what you expect to happen. All right, let's skip to the third paragraph of page 8, or the second full paragraph of page 8. Successful people expect in advance to be successful. Happy people expect to be happy. Popular people expect to be liked by others. They develop the habit of expecting that something good will happen in every situation. They expect to benefit from every occurrence, even temporary setbacks and failures. They expect the best of other people and always assume the best of intentions, and they are seldom disappointed. On the flip side, Unhappy people expect to fail more often than they succeed. They expect that other people will hurt or disappoint them. They expect their ventures to do poorly instead of expecting the best. They expect the worst, and because this law is neutral, and we covered that earlier, the law is neutral. Male, female, black, white, atheist, super religious, the law is neutral. And because the law is neutral, they are seldom disappointed. Oh boy. One of the most important things you can do to ensure a happy, healthy, and prosperous life is to expect the very best from every person or situation, no matter how it may look at the moment. Develop the habit of positive expectations. You will be amazed at the effect this has on you and on the people around you. All right, now we're almost finished. We got two more. The law of attraction. Oh boy. You are a living magnet. You invariably attract into your life the people, ideas, and circumstances that harmonize with your dominant thoughts. You will attract what is in alignment with your dominant thoughts. Not your affirmations. Now, why am I saying that? Because I feel like in this age, we just be doing stuff to win spiritual brownie points, and you're not even like connected to it. So you'd be like, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner. You don't believe it. Your dominant thought is not even close to that. Just saying. So we have to expect the best even from the worst people. Oh boy. You have to expect the best outcome even from the worst people. Now, all right, since you asked, remember the book said it, your expectation will get into your actions. So expectations is not a blind blank check. Your entire body believes it and you act like that, right? So you can know, okay, let's take it off of a person. You can know everything is wrong around you, but expect a good outcome, right? Yeah. So then why can't we apply that to people? You can know they're a liar. You can know they ain't worth 2 cents. But when it comes to how I deal with them, I expect a proper outcome. So it's not them, the power is in me. So they might stab you in the back. No, they might stab them in the back, but they'll stop stabbing you in the back. Or you will create a situation of success for you. Yeah. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So I'm going to give it the analogy again. Just like everything can be in chaos around me, and I can expect a good end out of it all. Like, by the end of the day, it's going to work out. And it do. I can put that same power on people. That they can be chaotic, they can be liars, they can be cheaters, they can be da-da-da-da-da-da. But at the end of this day, that nigga gonna bring me back my money. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reality is that don't mean loan the person the money that'll never pay you back. So it don't mean to betray your trust in existence. What it does mean is that there's a reason why that person is in your life. I'm not going to go on a tangent, but let me say this. We put more emphasis on how bad people are than we do on how them bad people got in our lives. How are these bad people so comfortable in our lives? Oh, Jesus. The only way that they could have hurt us if we allowed them to get that close to do so. Right. And what's interesting, Recash, because we expected them to disappoint us, our actions put us in a place to be disappointed. In other words, I subconsciously drew this situation to me. And I was looking for you to hurt me, and you did. Why did I even say yes to them? I didn't have to say yes. I could have said no. What? Expecting things to go wrong. So now my actions follow. Mm. I've been, now for those of y'all that's going to just peruse on YouTube and happen to find this channel, I'm a yapper. Okay. It is what it is. Hold on. How much more time we got in this? I'm going to say this. I'm going to go quick. Y'all know what I have been praying lately? I have been investigating my heart lately because I realize as much as I disdain some of the people around me, I am the reason why they are around me. And so I have been consciously reprogramming my brain to pluck me out of this space and put me into a network of people that's more like who I am. The only reason why I would be surrounded by scoundrels is if I created an atmosphere for scoundrels to survive around me. The only reason why I would be surrounded by people that of integrity, truth, and success is because I created an atmosphere for people of integrity, truth, and success to be around me. So I have been up under investigation of myself. What about me attracted this person to my YouTube channel? What did I say or do that made that kind of person comfortable to join my private community? Oof. Because at the end of the day, I literally created a safe space, no pun intended, for the snake. It ain't the snake's fault. The snake was a snake when they connected with me. I just didn't see it or didn't want to see it. Mm. Clock that T. and I'm owning that, man. I'm owning that. And I'm going to do what it takes to reprogram how I exist in this world so that my magnet can bring to me something different than what I've seen for the last 45 years. And I'm going to do that. Okay. All right. Because I went on a tangent, I'm just going to leave the law of attraction there. Y'all buy this book. Like, it ain't even about of course it's about that. But what I'm saying is, if I never made an affiliate link, this book speaks to me like God is speaking to me. And I highly encourage you all. What I like about it is the spiritual principles, the universal laws that's intertwined into the habits of success. Because that's the way I want to learn. I just don't want to learn it from a technical part, get a community, build your funnel. I need to know that too. But I also want my mind to change. I want my soul to evolve as I am dotting I's and redoing my website. You know what I'm saying? So this is a great book to get to success from the avenue of the soul. Whew. I love. All right. So let's skip to the very last universal law. That's page 9 at the bottom, as within, so without. The law of correspondence. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Everywhere you look, you see yourself reflected back at you. People treat you the way you treat them. The way you think about your physical body will be reflected in your health habits and in your appearance. Dang. Golly. The way you think, I'm sorry, I took myself. That was a real response. The way you think about people and your relationships will be reflected back to you in the quality of your friendships and your family life. The way you think about success and prosperity will be reflected in the results you enjoy in your career and in your material life. In every case, your outer world reflects back to you like a mirror image exactly what you are thinking in the deepest recesses of your mind. Whew. All right, last page, page 10. When you put the laws of cause and effect, control, belief, expectations, attractions, and correspondence together, you arrive at the great universal principle that explains your life and everything that happens to you. Are you ready? You become what you think about most of the time. Just think. If you all are able, I know some of you are at work, but if you are able to comment, put in the comments, just think. Even those of you that watch the replay, put in the comments, just think. You become what you think about most of the time. What you think about, you bring about. You always move in the direction of your dominant thoughts. Everything in your outer world is controlled and determined by what you are thinking in your inner world, Lord. The good news is that there is only one thing in the universe over which you have complete control, my God. And that is the content of your conscious mind. You might feel out of control in every space, but the one thing you need to get back in control is the one thing that you have full control over: your mind. And if you don't have control over it, where are my ADHD pills at? Science, I'm joking, but I'm being dead serious, can help you get control. Y'all pray for my mind. And fortunately, this is all the control that you need to shape your life and determine your future. By taking complete control of your conscious thoughts, you can control the direction of your life. By taking control, you will feel happy, powerful, confident, and free. You will become unstoppable. Whew. This is just chapter 1, y'all. And I don't want this to be long, so we're going to stop here. All right. We just covered chapter 1. You are what you think. I will be back next Friday at 12 noon for chapter 2, which is, hold one second. Give me a second here. The Master Program of Success. Your master program, reprogram yourself for greater success, the foundation of your personality, the antidote to all of your fears, fulfill your complete potential, and your potential is unlimited. All right. So I'll be back at 12 noon next Friday for chapter 2. Okay. If you want to purchase this book and simultaneously support this platform, there's an affiliate link in the Facebook and YouTube video description link. Click that affiliate link and purchase the book. It is no additional charge to you. Amazon pays me because you click that link. So if you want to support the platform and give you something to read, I highly suggest this book by Brian Tracy, $1 Million Habits. Okay. We'll be here every single week reading a book. We're going to finish this book and start another book. This will be the official SafeSpace TV Book Club. If you're new to this channel, do me a favor, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you're here. There's a lot going on in this SafeSpace universe that if you're new, you know nothing about, but you're going to soon find out. You're going to enjoy this safe space. All right. Y'all be blessed. I will see y'all next Friday at 12 noon. Until the next time, be blessed. Like, share, subscribe, and click that affiliate link. Bye.